Today's December 8th, about 1:30. Still trying to fill this Pennsylvania buck tag. Only a few days left to get it done. I was in here this morning. I had a deer come down about 40 yards from me in the dark. Couldn't tell what it was, but I'm guessing it was a buck. It sounded heavy and it was all alone. And then a few more deer bedded up here before first light. Hunted to about 10 o'clock. I had to go check up on my vehicle. My truck's been in the garage this entire rifle season just about. And it's not looking good. Might be the end of that truck's life, which is not good at all. That is my vessel. That is what I need, and I don't know if it's going to make it, so I'm able to get out here this evening. Very thankful for that. Pretty sure that this was a buck this morning, and thinking he bedded down here. Hopefully he hasn't come out of there while I was gone, and maybe we can catch him coming out in the evening. These deer are really keying in on these beech nuts. You can see this big beech tree behind me. It's dropping a lot of nuts. There was squirrels all through here this morning, tweeter birds, and there's deer just hammering the beech nuts right now. There's a big clearcut on the top of this mountain the deer came from this morning. They bedded down in here somewhere. Hopefully I can catch them feeding on beech nuts on the way to the clearcut this evening. Heard me say in the intro, pretty sure I heard deer bed up here this morning in the dark. Sure enough, I hear a deer walking. I look up through the thick grapevines, I see a deer. I started to work my way up there just to try to get myself an opportunity. It comes running down the hill a little bit. I can see it's a nice buck. And he got my wind. Man, I'm freaking... I'm freaking shaking. Dang it. He was gonna come right down here and eat these beech nuts. You can just see that thick wall behind me of grapevines. I don't know how he didn't smell me earlier, man. The wind's been kicking up there the whole time I've been sitting here. Getting in on him. Just gotta dial it in. don't know if I hit him on the... I missed him on the first one. I hope I got him on that second. Really wide. Not a huge buck, but oh man, 3 bucks came in. There was deer up here. I jumped that buck. That was a great hunt. We'll see if I got him. I'm gonna text my dad. Holy smokes, 3 bucks. They were fighting. Let's go see if I hit him. Standing right here. Yep, there's blood. Alright. Here's blood on impact. Oh, he went tumbling down. There he lays. Big body. Heck yeah. Alright, here he is. My 2021 Pennsylvania rifle buck. He's not my biggest, he's not my smallest, but I'm so proud to take this buck. I lived in Idaho all year. I had no intel on these whitetail here at home. I got home like 2 days before rifle season started. And I've been hunting as hard as I can. Like I said earlier in the video, my truck's broke down, and today I got bad news that I don't know if it's gonna make it. And I've been in the dumps today. But I got a buck. So I picked this spot on the map kind of randomly. This morning, my dad hunted with me. He's like, where do you want me to sit? I'm like, well, I jumped a nice buck here the other day, a couple hollows up, and that's where he went. And I was gonna walk the edge of this clear cut out. Well, I got to the top where I was sitting this evening. I got there before first light this morning. I just stopped to listen while it got light, and I heard what I thought was a buck come over here in bed. And it just sounded like 1 deer bedded over here, and then it sounded like 2 or 3 deer bedded above me. Well, I got in here this evening and a deer stood up above me. There's a thick wall of grapevines. Ended up being a buck. He was bigger than this one. I couldn't get a shot at him, and he got my wind and took off, and that was only about a half hour ago. And then up on the ridge I could see deer moving up here, and then I saw a deer come down. And I looked down to my right along the ridge I was on, and here comes a deer. I'm like, it's gonna be a buck, because I thought for sure I heard a bigger deer go in there in bed this morning. I look, a little spike, and then I could see a nicer buck. Like, I couldn't tell if he was rubbing a tree. It looked like he was rubbing a tree, but I could hear antlers clanking. I'm like, oh, there's another buck. Ended up being this buck, and he was the biggest out of the 3, and they were marching right on the trail I was set up on. And we got him. But man, just a beautiful Pennsylvania buck, and to do it on the 2nd week of the gun season. I mean, I've been hanging trail cameras every day just in case I have to hunt late season. I've been dropping cameras. I'm gonna go hang one actually right now just for fun, because I want to know what else is in here. But these deer have been so keyed in on beech nuts. I've never seen it like this before. I haven't been home, but everybody's like, it's a terrible acorn year, there's no acorns. And I get home and I'm like, yeah, they're right, there's no freaking acorns. So I'm like, what are they eating? So I really started to focus on clear cuts. You know, they're trying to get that new growth, that browse. And I've seen some deer, nothing crazy, and then just walking around, you see under these big mature beech trees, these deer are just going crazy for these beech nuts. And that's exactly what these bucks were about to go do. I was sitting right on the point of a mountain, and it's a nice flat, and there's some beech nuts like crazy in there. Just find the food, find the deer. My dad's coming up here in a second. There he is.
Oh yeah. Good job. Congratulations, buddy. I'm getting tired of climbing up mountains for you. Oh, that's a nice buck.
He was the biggest one.
Yeah. What is he, an 8?
He's a 7. He broke. Well, he's maybe a 6. Dude, because that's not long enough. And, that's an inch, so he's a 7.
Oh yeah, he's a good one.